Almost Somewhere, Chapter 1, The Planning. Leaning back in my chair, I clench my jaw for a moment and then take a deep, relaxing breath. 2 weeks of searching the internet for information on motorcycling through Vietnam has resulted in almost no usable information. Most of what I found is very vague on the routes to take, as well as what motorcycle to purchase and where. Many of the websites or blog posts also conflict with each other, as well as every person and his grandmother wants to give advice on motorcycling through Vietnam, while few have made a trip from Saigon to Hanoi, and some have never even been to Vietnam. Coffee aroma reminds me of my cup of delight on the table. I take another sip while glancing through the large glass wall to my right. La Cafe on the second floor of Lucky Mall, Siem Reap, is one of my favorite places to write. Below me, tourists rush down Savata Boulevard towards ANGKOR Temple, Cambodia's best-known temple. Returning my attention to my computer, I glance over the notes that I've taken. I found a few web pages for motorcycle shops in Vietnam. Some give tidbits of useful information and then promise to give you all the information you need to tour from Saigon to Hanoi on the Ho Chi Minh Road, if you buy a motorcycle from them at a premium price. Downing the last bit of coffee, I make my mind up. I've had enough. I've backpacked through Cambodia for months now, winging it all the way. I'm going to take a bus to Saigon and then purchase a motorcycle there. Then I'm going to get on the famous Ho Chi Minh Road and head towards Hanoi. Whatever happens along the way, I will deal with it as it comes. Nothing is going to stop me from exploring Vietnam on a motorcycle. I just have to find out what motorcycle to buy and where. The Honda Win 100 and 110cc motorcycle are popular amongst backpackers touring Vietnam. This single-piston air-cooled motorcycle is rugged and reliable, with parts readily available. However, having owned both of these motorcycles, I will not buy another one. Honda stopped making these models years ago. Those sold today are mostly fake Chinese copies of inferior quality or beat-up old models. Real Honda Wins in good condition are hard to find and expensive. The fake models are very unreliable, with constant electrical problems, engine breakdowns, poor brakes, and crap suspensions. The hassles you get is just not worth the few bucks you save by getting a fake one. The new models from Honda have a larger engine, but are too expensive. One of the motorcycle shops in Vietnam listed a Honda Bonus 125cc for sale. Although the price tag of $600 is a bit more than the $400 I was hoping to spend, I love the motorcycle. For a full nanosecond, I ponder if I should go for it. My fingers race over the laptop's keyboard as I email the shop, asking them if they can hold the motorcycle for me until I get to Vietnam in a few days. With the email sent, I start to work on the other details of my trip, my Vietnam visa and bus ticket. My heart races as I pull up the online reservations for giant Ibis bus tours. Two voices compete for dominance in my head while the cursor hovers over the buy button. One says, "Go for it." The other urges me to find out more about what I'm getting myself into. Adrenaline rushes through my body as I click the buy button. There's no turning back now. My bus leaves tomorrow morning for Saigon via Phnom Penh, Cambodia's capital. I take a deep breath and try to calm myself. Next on the list is a visa. For Cambodia, Laos and Thailand, you can get a visa on arrival, and with Cambodia and Vietnam, you can get an e-visa or electronic visa. My fingers race over the keyboard as I bring up Vietnam's government webpage that I found 2 days before and saved on my favorites list. My eyes scan over the heading again. Visa on arrival guaranteed. Good for all land crossings. Approved within 24 hours. I swallow and my heart starts to race again. $80 is a lot for a 1-month tourist visa in Asia. My finger hovers over the mouse button while a voice urges me not to go for it. A few days ago, I read a blog post that mentioned that visa on arrival for Vietnam is only valid for international airports and not land border crossings. My finger twitches over the mouse button while I scan the web page. All looks legit. This is a Vietnam immigration website, and it states that the visa is valid for land border crossings. I'm sure the blog post I read is outdated or just wrong. Taking a deep breath, I click on the Contact Us button and send an email off, asking if the visa is in fact valid for land border crossings. I quickly shut down my laptop and then pack it into my backpack. My head spins as I make my way downstairs and out of the mall. This is going to be an awesome adventure. As I walk the 3 kilometers back to my flat, I dream of motorcycling through Vietnam, then cross over to Laos near Vientiane and come all the way down to Siem Reap, Cambodia, with the same motorcycle. The midday sun beats down on me as I make my way past Pub Street. At night, this road becomes the busiest road in Siem Reap and makes the daytime traffic looks like a ghost road. Eventually, I make it to my friend's who owns a small convenience store in Sok San Road, possibly the second busiest road in Siem Reap. The road is lined with guest houses, backpacker hostels, camper restaurants, and more importantly, late night bars. On a few occasions, I've waited for a bus at 5 a.m. while backpackers got their last round from an all-night bars. After purchasing snacks for my 12-hour bus ride to Saigon, I head to the taxi rank on the corner and locate one of the tuk-tuk drivers I regularly use. I arrange for him to pick me up at a corner close to my home tomorrow morning and then head home to pack. Just as I reach my flat, an email from a motorcycle shop with a Honda bonus motorcycle arrives. The owner is going on holiday in 2 days and wants to sell the motorcycle before he goes. It is first come, first serve. I contemplate offering him a deposit. However, since I've never seen the motorcycle and have never met the owner, I decide against it. For the next 3 hours, I pack and unpack, then do it over again. I try to pack as light as possible, but also take things I think I will need on such a long ride. At first, I contemplate on taking only my 90-liter backpack, but eventually decide to take my 55-liter backpack to carry my clothes on the back of a motorcycle, while my electronics and documents will go in my 25-liter day backpack that I will carry on my back. On an over 2,400 kilometer ride, having a backpack on your back is uncomfortable. However, due to last month's 9-day, 1,200 kilometer trip around Cambodia, where I lost my main backpack when the bungee cord snapped on rough roads, I will tough it out. I had stopped for gas and checked all was okay. Due to heavy rains and bad gravel roads, I only noticed the backpack was gone about 5 kilometers further on. Although I raced back to search the road all the way to the gas station, locals already picked up a nice early Christmas gift. Luckily I had my laptop, iPad and my wallet in the backpack on my back. Normally, I packed my laptop and iPad into the main backpack on the motorcycle, but transferred them to the smaller backpack on my back as it was raining and the small backpack is more water resistant. That was one lucky day. I did, however, lose my Leatherman TTI charged knife, UV water purifier, black diamond icon headlamp, and all my clothes except what I had on, including all my motorcycle tools. With the packing done, I head over to the landlord's son who lives in the flat next to mine and inform him that I'll be gone for a month. To ease his fears of me not coming back, I pay the rent a month in advance. With my room rental secured, I lie down on my bed and try to relax while I wait for a response from a Vietnam visa immigration. By 6 p.m., I get a bit worried with no email from a Vietnam visa approval department. Not wanting to bother with starting up my laptop, I pull out my iPad and decide to go for it and purchase the online visa using my iPad. As I do not have a web page bookmark on my iPad, I do an internet search for Vietnam visa on arrival. As before, a number of results come up with a Vietnam visa government's website near the top. Just as I'm about to click on the link, something catches my eye. A number of search results down is another result that looks almost identical. Both say official Vietnam online visa application. Then my eyes catches it and my heart sinks to the floor. How can I have been so stupid? The second search results link ends in gov. The first website I looked at does not. Immediately I click on the second link. I see nails claw down my spine as my eyes race over the web page. This is the actual Vietnam government web page. The other one is a fake one. Cold sweat runs down my face as I read a warning about other websites that impersonate the government's webpage and steal people's money. The slight joy I feel for not having clicked on the buy button and be conned out of $80 is overshadowed by what I read next. Dread hugs my heart tightly and my throat closes off. The room walls close in on me. Visa on arrival is not valid for any land borders, and no visas are available at any land border crossing. Worst, visa approval for Vietnam takes about 3 days, and you have to visit a Vietnam embassy. I bite my lip and lie down on my bed. Was I too fast to go for the trip? Should I have found out more about motorcycling in Vietnam before booking a bus ticket? Maybe it is not so easy to bring a motorcycle through Vietnam as I thought. The ceiling fan races as fast as my thoughts, while being as ineffective against the heat as anything I can do now. I shake my head and sigh. Dumbass. I have bought a bus ticket to Vietnam, and I cannot even enter it. Is this trip doomed before it even started? A metallic sound rips me out of my thoughts when a fan blade hits a small beetle that managed to get into the flat. The beetle is thrown hard against the tile floor and skids over it until it crashes against the wall. Undeterred, the beetle rights itself and then flies off again out of a window. As Rocky Balboa said, "It ain't about how hard you get hit, it is about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Thanks, Rocky." Fingers run an Olympic sprint race over the digital keyboard as I search for options. Siem Reap has no Vietnam consulate, but Phnom Penh does. To my surprise, World Tour in Siem Reap, a tour operator I used a few times before, lists on their website that they can get a Vietnam visa. However, it takes 3 days, as they have to send your passport to Phnom Penh. As my Vietnam bus goes via Phnom Penh, I might as well get off there and go to the Vietnam consulate myself. While I wait for my visa, I'll do a bit of sightseeing in Phnom Penh. This way, I only lose the bus fare from Phnom Penh to Saigon. With renewed spirit, I start up my laptop and then email all the notes and blog posts I found about motorcycling in Vietnam to my iPad. For this long trip, it is better that I leave my laptop at home. Motorcycle travel is not good for laptops. The bedside clock proudly states 3 a.m. when I shut down my laptop and secured with a lock cable in my clothes closet. I have 3 hours left before I meet my tuk-tuk driver. Just enough time to dream about my trip. I hope that I don't oversleep. Hi, I'm Anton Sonnepoel. Thank you for watching Chapter 1 of Almost Somewhere. If you enjoyed this video, please give it the thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also consider buying the book by using the link in the description below, or making a small donation through PayPal by using the link in the description below. That will enable me to continue making videos like this. Also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification icon so you can be notified when I release videos again.